Grievances, we all have them, and they show up reflected in relationships with family, friends, and so-called strangers. In fact, each of us has a storehouse of unconscious grief. We're all suffering in one way or another from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Why? We've stuffed emotions, pain that's gone underground, and unacknowledged feelings. And yet the ego's plan for forgiveness is far more widely used than God's. And this is because it is undertaken by unhealed healers and therefore of the ego. Okay, what then should happen? Well, when God said, "Let there be light," there was light. You are that light. That light is in your mind. And so I ask you, can you find light by analyzing darkness like the psychotherapist does? Or like the theologian? Or by acknowledging darkness in yourself and then looking for a distant light to remove it, while at the same time emphasizing the distance? That's impossible to find light outside of yourself, to find answers outside of yourself, because you are that light. And light is a container. Light holds information. It's all inside you. You are the beloved Son, in whom God is well pleased. So no one can look upon what your grievances conceal, and what your grievances conceal is that light. Your grievances are hiding the light of the world in you. And you know what? Everyone stands in darkness, and you beside him. But as the veil of your grievance is lifted, you are released with him who stood beside you when you were in hell. So this is a good day, because we're making another real attempt to reach the light in you. We are being asked as part of this lesson, Lesson 69, "My grievances hide the light of the world in me." We're literally attempting to get in touch with the salvation of the world. And we're going to spend a few minutes to think about what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do. We're trying to see past the veil of darkness. You know, all those things in your mind those things that make you feel depressed, those thoughts that you hold that make you feel sad, angry, it's just on and on and on. This is the veil of darkness, and that keeps the light concealed. So we're trying to let the veil be lifted to see the tears of God's Son, the tears, your tears, disappear in the sunlight. So our prayer today is that with determination, we reach what is dear to us than all else. That light, that's what's dear to us. Let us realize that salvation is our only need, to be lifted up, to go higher than where we are, to transcend and get beyond this world, to know that there is no other purpose here and no other function to fulfill. So we want to learn salvation as our only goal. Let us end the ancient search today by finding the light in us and holding it up everywhere, for everyone who searches with us to look and upon and rejoice. So now, close your eyes. Okay, now, take a few breaths here. Inhale love. Exhale grievances. Let go, let go, let go. Relax. Relax. Take another breath. Let go. All those grievances, those thoughts that hold you back, those thoughts that conceal the light. Let it all go and breathe gently and let go of all that content that generally occupies your consciousness. Now think of your mind as a vast circle. Can you see it? Just see a really big circle and see that circle surrounded by a layer of super heavy dark clouds. You know, those thunder clouds all around this vast circle. And all you can see are the clouds, because you seem to be standing outside the circle and quite apart from it. Can you see it? Just let that vision enter your mind. Get a clear visual. Can you see that? All right. So now, from where you stand, you can see no reason to believe that there is a brilliant light hidden by clouds, because you're standing in darkness. You're standing in the dark. You're surrounded by all these dark clouds. So you think there's no reason to believe that there's a brilliant light in you. The clouds seem to be the only reality. Just like in your life, when you face a problem, any problem, and it seems to be the only thing that you can think about. Same thing, the clouds seem to be all there is to see. Therefore, you don't even attempt to go through them. You don't attempt to push past them, which is the only way in which you would really be convinced of their lack of substance, because clouds are nothing. Darkness is nothing. It's a no thing. Clouds are empty. And so we're going to make this attempt now to go past these clouds. So after you have thought about the importance of what you're trying to do for yourself in the world, just settle down in perfect stillness. Just remember how much you want to reach the light. Just reaching that light that's in you. You want to go there right here, right now. Be determined to go past these dark clouds. So imagine now, reach out with your arm. Just reach out and touch them. See that in your mind. And with your hand, brush them aside. Brush them aside. You can feel the clouds resting on your cheeks and forehead and eyelids as you go through them. You can feel it. But you're going through them. You are determined. Go on. Clouds cannot stop you. Nothing can stop you. Do it. Reach out. Reach through them. Brush them aside. Go through them. Now feel a sense of being lifted up. Lifted up and carried ahead. Imagine and feel that tears are welling up in your heart, and they're forming a river of love, and it's washing away all grievances as your little effort and small determination. All this calls upon the power of the universe to help you. And God Himself comes to your aid and raises you up from the darkness into the light. You are in accord with His will. You cannot fail, because your will is His. And you may not recognize the answer you're looking for yet, His answer, but you can indeed be sure that it is given you and you will receive it. You will receive it. Try as you go through the clouds to the light to hold this confidence in your mind. I am confident in God. I am confident in the light. Whatever the problem, whatever the grievance, hold this confidence and remember that you are at last joining your will to God's. Keep that thought clearly in your mind, that what you undertake with God must succeed. Now, take a breath. Let the power of God work in you and through you, that His will and yours be done. This is what we need do today. Remind yourself that your grievances are hiding the light of the world from your awareness. Breathe and take rest in knowing that you are not searching for it alone, and that you do know where to look for it. And then say, my grievances hide the light of the world in me. I cannot see what I have hidden, yet I want to let it be revealed to me for my salvation and the salvation of the world. Take another breath. And lastly, remind yourself that if you're tempted today, if you're tempted to hold anything against anyone or yourself, be sure to remind yourself, if I hold this grievance, the light of the world will be hidden from me. Take a breath. Relax and, dear God, hear my prayer. I am here, I am open, and I am yours. Today I go through that cloud of darkness and expose all my grievances. I just let them be, and I let all the darkness up from the deep well of guilt. I am so determined because I know that salvation blesses me in the world. So I rest here in the light, beyond the dark clouds where nothing can hurt me. And here it is that I find myself right here, right now, in the radiant light of your perfect love. And so it is that I can now say, Amen.